Ladies and gentlemen, people, skaters, world, humans, skate park builders, people with houses, people that don't have houses, people that go to Costco and shop for bacon in bulk and get toilet paper that can last 6 months. Amelia Brodka!
What's up, man? Thanks for
You are the first guest after Black History Month. This is legendary. I love this.
Wow.
This is amazing.
Thank you for having me.
I know. I'm so happy you're here. You're such good people. You feel me? You know I love your husband to death. I love him. He's great. He's a great guy.
Great.
He's amazing. Hey, look, he's good. That's a good husband right there. So, he said, look, hey, you still do that little show, look aside. That's what people be hitting me like, hey, man, you still do that little show. Sorry, I got back in the chat. But Amelia, how you doing? How's life?
I'm just too busy laughing at the fact that someone said, where have you been on that show? And you've been doing it for so long.
It just came out today. Oh, gosh. It came out today at 12:30. It just dropped today. A new episode every Tuesday at 12. Skateline NBD, ladies and gentlemen. ThrasherMagazine.com and or YouTube if you want to go there. But yeah, no, that is funny. That is super funny. But how's life? How's everything?
Dude, life's pretty good. I'm just in Vista, which is like North San Diego.
Yeah.
You know, just got back from a snowboard trip and skateboarding and, you know, enjoying life.
Where'd you go snowboarding?
How about you, man? How are you?
Where'd you go snowboarding?
Oh, we went to Mammoth and we debated staying for the giant storm. And then Alec,
so
apparently the responsible one.
Yeah.
He was like, what if we get stuck?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, let's just try to ride the first day of the storm. And we just like being on the ski lift was like torturous with the winds and like you hear the lift like howling and you can't see anything. So I was like, all right, fine. Let's go home.
Let's just look.
So.
Hey, there is nothing like fresh powder in any way, shape, or form. I tell you that right now.
Seriously.
There's literally nothing like it. So with that being said, you said you were not the responsible one. You were trying to actually just get out here and thug it out through the storm. How crazy was it up there? Like, what was the degrees? And
we left like when it started snowing pretty hard on Thursday, and it was already a whiteout on the mountain. Luckily, the drive was chill. But yeah, I mean, before that, it was nice, you know, bluebird days, not really fresh powder, but I'm kind of glad that we missed the storm because I was, you know, stalking their Instagram and the mountain was closed for 3 days. Like people couldn't leave wherever they were staying. They couldn't go outside. They couldn't get food or anything. So
it almost
feels kind of gnarly up there. I think today was good though.
It kind of feels normal again. That's the thing. Like when it's snowing and stuff like that during the winter, it feels normal again. Even though it's like dangerous, treacherous, really high, unsafe snow, it just feels like, okay, in the mountains, snow's supposed to be there, not this dead black grass and trees. All these fires we've been having in like the mountains and stuff like. So that's nice. How long have you been snowboarding?
Dude, I used to snowboard a lot. I lived on the East Coast.
Okay.
I mean, I started snowboarding after I started skateboarding.
Okay.
But I started skateboarding at 12 and snowboarding at 14.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I love both. You know.
So actually, let's get into it. Amelia, where are you from?
So I was born and raised in Poland. And
I took the walk to Poland. Chat, sing it with me. We took the walk to Poland. TikTok, sing it with me. One more time, Amelia. They took the walk to Poland. Okay. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. That really summed up my whole experience. A lot of walking, if you believe it. But yeah, dude, it was so random. My dad and his like college buddies entered a visa lottery.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like, you know, early 90s or something.
Yeah.
1990s, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Don't let them know.
Sorry, my bad.
Don't let them know.
Well, he entered a visa lottery and he like heard over the radio that he won a visa lottery to go to America. And he was like,
what?
Oh, well, I guess I have to go. And that turned into like years later, he was just like, hey, you guys are going to come visit me in America for summer vacation. And I was like, oh, sick. So we're gonna go to the jungle. Like, I'm gonna have a parrot as a pet. Like, I have no idea. I was probably thinking a completely different continent, but
You're
you
like,
know,
yeah,
when
America, the jungles of America.
jungles, yeah, where people have parrots as pet that live on their shoulders.
Yeah, that's
I have no
exact.
idea where I am.
That's such an interesting story that your father like literally heard it over radio that he was winning this Visa lottery. I didn't even know they did that. That's like freaking reverse drafts. That like, hey, you get a chance to be free more than have to go fight. So you see, so he comes over here, says, hey, you guys are gonna visit me here, and basically with his thing, does that give you dual citizenship, and then you kind of make your first trip over here? Because you lived over there. You say the beginning of your life. When did you finally move to America? How old?
Yeah, I lived there till I was 8,
Okay.
and then that's when my parents took us on summer vacation, which I
Mm.
guess, we're still on. That's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. We won't talk about
And
it.
I mean, it took them a while to become citizens, and after they became citizens, we became citizens, and now we have dual citizenship. My parents live in Poland again. They moved back there. They retired there. So, yeah,
That's
my whole
actually
family's
fire.
still out there, but yeah,
That's actually
can't
dope.
complain.
No, that's super sick. Do you remember like there's like this big change because obviously you're speaking, is Polish still the language?
Polish.
So you're
Yeah.
speaking Polish, like do you remember any Polish?
Yeah, that's the only language that we speak at home, like with my family.
You're
So
fluent in Polish, whatever that is?
yeah, Polish is my first language. It's a real language, I promise.
Oh, snap.
Um,
Can you say you took the
yeah.
walk to Poland in Polish right now?
On poszedł na spacer w Polsce.
Yes! Yes! You just won. Whatever it is, if I had something, you won. Okay. So do you remember like the big adjustment like from being in Poland to America, like kind of seeing the kids hearing English for the first time? Does any of those kind of memories go through your head? Because 7 for me was like a really vivid age of just misbehaving
Yeah.
and trying to learn how to skateboard. But you know what I'm saying, like what is your, do you have any like recollection of those days?
Yeah, I remember it really vividly. I remember just getting off the plane and it wasn't a jungle. It was like Newark, New Jersey. So it was literally like smokestacks and highways. And I'd never seen anything like that before. And I
Mhm.
spoke no English. My parents didn't really even speak English. My brother learned a little English from Muzzy.
Mhm.
So he kind of like, he was like 12 or 13 at the time.
Yeah.
He was kind of our translator, very limited. And I remember like, we were there all summer and I still didn't really know English and I was just kind of waiting to go home to Poland and then my parents were just like, "We thought you'd just go to school here." And I
Wow.
was just like, "Dude, I don't even speak English." And my first day of school, I remember like all the parents were there and they were all lined up and I was just sitting at my desk and I had learned a little English from Nickelodeon. So I was like
Okay.
trying to kind of like
Was
sense what
that,
was going on.
that's what I was about to say. That was playing in Poland when you were a kid, and then it kind of was over here as well, or was it what you were learning while you're watching TV in America?
Uh, no, the A team was playing in Poland
Okay.
while while I was there. I
Uh,
remember that.
yeah.
I picked up some things from there, and then when I came to Poland over the summer, I picked up a few things from Nickelodeon, but I still like didn't really have a total concept of what was going on. And then I remember like our teacher was walking around the classroom and she was just asking like, are you buying or did you bring lunch from home? And I was like studying what was going on. I was like, all right, I'm not going to look like an idiot. I'm going to say from home because she's posing the same exact question because I brought my lunch.
Yeah.
And then she comes up to me and dude, I swear she like tricked me. She like knew I was foreign. She changed. She like rephrased the question. She like gets in my face. She's like, honey, did you bring a lunch? And I'm just looking at her like, from home? And then like the whole class is
Oh
laughing.
yeah,
I
we would
look
have.
over my
Oh yeah, we
mom
would have
there.
roasted you for that.
She's laughing, dude. Everyone is just laughing at me, and
We
I'm
would have
like,
roasted you for
dang.
that. That like that real like European my you know what I'm saying, we would have got on you from that. We would be like, from home every day. I just know, because we're evil. American kids, like, we feel so bad when stuff happens, but we're evil. Like, we're just not nice. And I'm so glad that, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to bring a lunch from home. You're not supposed to eat that processed garbage at these schools. It's terrible for you. That's why all of us got all these diseases now, because pizza is not supposed to be in a microwave. It's supposed to be rolled up. So if you have a sandwich and an apple and a juice from your house, you will be healthy. And Amelia was on that at her young age, chat, okay? But yes,
no,
also,
dude, my sandwiches were like rye bread with like kielbasa and butter. So like I pull that out of my lunchbox. I have no friends. They smell it. They're like, what?
Yo, gang.
You know, so
gang. What is what is tabasa?
Kielbasa, like kielbasa sausage. Like there's a song about it, but I'm not gonna sing it.
See, there you go. Speaking of songs, hold on. I don't think you actually ever heard this song. Have you ever heard this song? It's about to play. It's going to play in a second. Got to get through this Ghostbusters ad. But I have to play it because I feel like you actually haven't heard this. This is for you, okay?
Okay.
Have you heard this song?
I don't know.
Chat. Chat. Sometimes we just like to turn up on the show for a second, Amelia. We're going to get right back into your story. But this is for you. Is it playing? Can you hear it?
I can't hear it.
You can't hear the song? Oh, they didn't do my thing. Oh, damn.
Is it Tenacious D, Kielbasa Sausage?
No, it's not. Damn, I was grooving too. Do y'all hear it? Duke, you heard it? Damn, chat can hear it, but they can't see the video. Let me go back to the regular. Anyways, so you're in school. She tries to mess with you, and then you kind of vividly remember these days, like, you feel me? And it's just early in life, this big switch is happening. What is like what you're gravitating to while you're in America? Like, what is the things that you're like kind of picking up on? Like, hey, I'm interested in this, and this is that place I might have heard of. What's next for you in the early? Because it's like 10 years old at this point. So what do you get into next?
So like by the time I was around 11 years old, like Rocket Power was on Nickelodeon, and then like Tony landed the 900, so it was everywhere. Like XGames was all over the place. My whole family was super into watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the XGames came to Philly, and my parents were just like, let's go watch the XGames.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. And we go, and this is 2001, and this was the year that they had like transformed downtown Philadelphia
to the street course. Yep.
The street course. It was so sick. Like Eric Costin was there, like McCrank was there, Kareem Campbell was there. It was rad. At the time,
all these video game dudes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I was already playing the video game, of course. How could you not?
Come on.
And we went to watch Best Trick Vert, and it's this big arena. I remember it so vividly. I'm like taking a walk, not around the arena, not to Poland. And then there was another vert ramp in the arena. And my friend and I were just like, oh, there's people skating over there. Like, let's go check it out. And we're walking towards it. And we're like, whoa, are those girls skating the vert ramp? And we hadn't seen that before. Like, we saw clips of Alyssa Steamer and Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about it. And it was like, we got closer, and it's like Cara Beth Burnside. It's Mimi Knoop. And then we were 12 at the time, and there's 12-year-old Lindsay Adams Hawkins, and she's like blasting out of the vert ramp.
Wow.
And that just like classic. That moment just changed my life. I was like, okay, I want to do that.
And it
didn't even seem like a thing, but I just got so obsessed from that moment.
Dang, man. That's a legendary way to fall in love with it, because obviously I got it from Rocket Power. I got it from the video games, but I never got to see anyone do it. I never got to have like a actual connection with like a an older person skateboarding or somebody skateboarding around, like me and my friends all were just like, hey, let's copy the cartoon. Like, you know what kids do. Like after 8 Mile,
totally.
I battled everybody. Like, this is what you did as a kid. Like, you would see some shit and then you do it. You emulate. Like, I was like, I thought I was Eminem for 2 weeks. Everybody I saw was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that I battled beat me, but I still battled. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, like, the fact that you got to have, like, this in real life impression happen to you and select. So after that, you take it, you're like, yo, I'm about to do this. What is the next action? Like, what is the call to action for you? Because you want to skateboard now. And I know that that's like kind of like a weird thing to ask your European parents, like, hey, can you guys get me one of those things so I can go be in danger with my life for the rest of it?
Yeah, that was a thing. I begged my dad to take me to the skate shop. There was this local skate shop, Subculture, and it was like half an hour away. And I was like, Dad, please, like, can we go to the skate shop and can I just get a skateboard? I had it like visualized in my mind, like exactly what I wanted. And eventually he broke down and we go to the shop and I'm like, okay, I want a birdhouse board. There was an Andrew Reynolds birdhouse board. That was my first board.
Wow.
And then like everything else, I just got like stock except for like Spitfire wheels.
Yeah.
And yeah, after that, it was like, it's all that I wanted to do. It took me a long time to like figure out how to do anything at all. But just having it, just being able to like, you know, try to wax a curb for months at a time and, you know, gritty New Jersey curbs with friends and also pretend we were from Rocket Power on Rocket Power.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good times, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it took me a really long time just to learn how to ollie, but it was the best.
Then also, you're saying, I know you said you went to that X Games with a couple friends, but did you have a skate crew? Because that really helps like the development of skateboarding. Like, how many people were you even with trying to learn how to skate?
Yeah, we had a little crew. It was like me and a couple of guys and like but they couldn't really figure out if they wanted to like skate or like BMX or play street hockey. So like basically Rocket Power
Literally
kids.
living it out at that point.
Yeah, for sure. And they all kind of got over it pretty quickly. And then I met this girl, Nicole, who also skated, and we became like best friends from that moment. We were like the only girls that we knew or ever like got to see that weren't pro skaters that skated.
Yeah.
And we were just like we would just go to the weirdest, crustiest spots and try to like
try to make it happen.
180 off the loading dock or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
So you guys are just doing this. And then like at that point, this is early preteen years. This is like, obviously you've seen like the clips in the Tony Hawk. Is there any like ambitions to want to film or do anything with it? Or are you just like out there? It's just this activity that you guys are doing. Like, how is that for you?
No, totally. I was like all about trying to like get put together a video to send to Subculture Skate Shop.
Oh wow.
And
So you're hungry.
I was hungry. I don't know. I was just obsessed. I was like, I want to be like Lindsay Adams Hawkins. I mean, there weren't really vert ramps around when I was starting, but you know, I was just I got my friend Nicole to film with like what was it even called? Like a mini DV tapes, you know?
Yep.
And she would just like sit at the bottom of the force there for hours. Like
do you
just
have
shoveled out the snow. I have some of this, yeah.
Yes.
It's rough.
See, no. See, that's what everybody be so embarrassed of their past, man. You gotta look at your past. The only person, never mind. I'm not gonna even bring it up. But we can't even be embarrassed of our past. Sometimes there's the mini DV load dock footage that's actually there's beauty in it. That's what we need to start accepting. If it wasn't good, doesn't mean that it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? I say a lot of stuff. I don't know if it be hidden. I just make it up. And hopefully people agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm a classic bullshitter, but I believe in what I'm saying. So I think that you need to put that stuff out and be like, this was the origins. New Jersey crust. Somewhere Fred Gall is thinking about ridiculous shit, and I'm out here skating curbs. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, one time I thought I was going to skate with Fred Gall.
You got a Fred Gall story? Let's hear it.
I wish, dude. It was like was the one time that my mom was just like, "No, you're not gonna go skate a rusty full pipe with some pro dude skater." And I was like 15. I was so mad, dude.
Your mom saved your life from a long life of hell. Fred Gall is the realest human ever.
Dude,
your mom
seriously
saved you. All right. Shout out to your
Nah,
mom.
man.
Nah,
He's still
son.
ripping and
He is
just
too real for 15. He's too
Yeah.
real. You would have
Yeah,
seen some
that's a
shit.
good one, that's a good
You know what
one.
I'm saying? Now, if you was
Especially at the
grown,
time, yeah.
if you was grown, get around Fred Gall, do some dumb shit. But 15, your mom had your back, because that's Freddie Gall. That's the legend. I love Fred Gall to death, just because of all the stories I've heard, and I have not stopped. Like, every time the homie tells me the same story, I laugh till I cry. That shit's funny. But yeah, so you have this day. How did this all happen? Can you please get into the day you're supposed to skate with Fred Gall?
I had a buddy who I would skate with. There was like a prefab park. I would ride. It was literally like 3 miles away, and I would ride my little bike with my board strapped on my backpack to skate this one prefab park. And there was this kid there who was like super good at skating mini ramp, and I was like just hungry to skate any transition.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Hey, yeah, I'm friends with Fred Gall. Like, do you want to come skate this full pipe?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." So maybe he was just talking shit. I have no idea. Oh,
you have no idea.
Maybe wrong.
You got to be all the way professional. We grown. Come on now.
Okay.
Tell your story.
So I don't know to this day if like that was really going to happen. The kid seemed legit. Like, he was super good. He was sponsored by the local shop in Woodbridge at the time. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get my mom to drop me off at the skate shop, and then we'll go meet up with Fred at the full pipe. And then my mom was just like, no.
Hell no. You crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
that's good. I mean, okay. So that's, shout out to your mom. And just in the one case, I get it. So now at 15, you like, obviously there's not that many skate parks back in the day. You know what I'm saying? What is keeping you on this thing? Like, what's keeping you motivated to want to wake up and continue this venture? Because now it's like you're a couple years into this. What is like grabbing your attention to want to skateboard? Like, obviously you have these dreams to get on the skate shop. You want to do all these things with it. I don't know. Are those things happening, or people like making promises that they'll sponsor you, or is anything looking kind of up because you're one of the few girls doing it at that time? Like, what's that story?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I can't point to like one thing that kept me on it, other than like the feeling of learning a new trick, right?
Yeah.
And then like finally getting access to a vert ramp, and then realizing I'm really afraid of heights, but I really want to skateboard.
Yeah, that's a long way up. That is a long 12 feet in the air.
I don't even know why I kept going up there. I was so scared. But then I would see like Elliot Sloan as a kid would be skating this park. He was so good. And I was just like, dude, I just want to do that. Like, fly around on a vert ramp. That looks amazingly fun. And I would just like pump up and down. And like, I was so scared to drop in that I learned like to rock to fakie first.
On a vert ramp.
I can't. It was stupid. I'm sure I fell so many times, like straight to flat, but I was so young, I just didn't really care.
You wanted to learn how to rock to fakie first?
I was too scared from the top. You didn't have to think about it.
You wasn't scared enough. You wasn't scared enough. That somebody would, remember at Dave Chappelle's old his stand up, when he was like, everybody, it's like an old black dude that knows the law, and he'd be like, don't do that, that's 5 to 10. I wish somebody would have told you, like, no, don't learn how to rock to fake it. That's you're gonna fall to flat. Nobody came and warned you, so you just going ahead and kind of like trying to get like used to a vert ramp, learning kind of backwards, but it's helping you find a level of comfort. So after the rock to fakie, and is this like a legit vert ramp? How big is it? What are we talking?
Yeah, it was like even Tony Hawk's Gigantic Skate Park Tour came through it.
Okay.
And they skated it.
Yeah.
So it was maybe like 12 feet.
Okay.
And I learned the rock to fakies, and then I learned these like tiny little tail taps, like barely tapping the tail.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "All right, I have to do this." And, there was, like, a big vert session. It was, like I don't know if you're familiar with, Rich and Sanford Lopez. They're these twins that are super good at vert,
Mm-mm.
and I'm pretty sure Elliot was there. And I was just like every time that I would be, like, excited to go,
Yeah.
they would all stop and, like, give me some time. And I was like, "Oh, that's so nice of them." But, like, my legs were like
Shit.
jello. I was,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. That shit ain't cool.
terrified.
That ain't
And
cool.
then I tried it a few times and would just do the free fall kind of flat. But then I was like, no, 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 I'm going to do it. Like I finally tried it. And then I do it and I'm like speed wobble to the other wall. And I'm like so shaky, but so hyped. I'm like, cool, finally, like I could finally be a vert skater. I mean, the loading docks were really fun, but I'm like obsessed with this. And then I get back to the top of the ramp. And then this kid, Jesse McDonald, who was also super good at vert, was like, hey, just like try to bend your knees a little more and then you won't get speed wobbles. And I was like, okay, okay, okay. And then I go to do it again. And for some reason, instead of bending my knees, I just completely leaned back and just folded my ankle. And I hear someone like yelling, oh, she broke her ankle. And I just like get up and I'm like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Like, that's super embarrassing. And I like hobble off the ramp. And and I'm just sitting there and I'm like in shock because something's definitely wrong with my ankle.
Yep.
And like eventually realized like I should probably get help. And this was like inside of like a big sports complex. It was kind of a weird thing.
Place to be.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And then I found like an EMT and I was like, oh, excuse me, sir, like there's something wrong with my ankle. And and he looks at it and he's like, I could tell he's trying to not look shocked. And he's like, oh yeah, just come into my office. And yeah, my parents didn't have cell phones at the time. And they're trying to call my parents on the landline and they're just leaving messages like, oh, you really need to pick your daughter up from the skate park and take her to the hospital.
Trying
And
to
I'm
get the
just sitting
warning
there for a
calls.
while. I'm sitting there for a while. This dude's like telling me all these stories to like try to keep my mind off it.
Yeah.
And my parents come to get me and they're pissed.
Nice.
They're like, you're never skating again. And that's the moment where I just started crying. I'm like, you don't understand. I just learned to drop into the vert ramp. Like everything is fine.
Yeah.
And I was so upset that they told me I would never skate again. And I realized like they were pissed because like we didn't even have like health insurance at the time and I had to get surgery on my ankle. So like for an immigrant family, this was not a good look.
It's like you didn't want to break it over there where they actually care about us and would do this for free. You want to do it in this place where it costs all this goddamn money just to fix your body part and to live as a citizen. You want to skate a big ass just vertical wall in your free time and flip your foot backwards. Why? That I understand that. I understand that. But so your folks go get you the surgery. You're obviously like in medical debt at this point. Naturally. So that's happening. And then what's the recovery time? What's in your mind during the injury? Like what's going on with that?
Dude, I have no idea how this happened, but like 6 weeks later, I'm back at the skate park skating the mini ramp, not the vert ramp yet. But yeah.
So you real skater mode. You tough as nails. You like, oh yeah, I'm on freaking Wolverine recovery. Like I'm back. So you go to the mini ramp 6 weeks later, and what happens? What was that first session like?
I just remember like, skating the mini ramp, doing whatever like cheesy mini ramp tricks I was doing at the time and just being so hyped to be skating.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember like any issues with my parents. Like I don't remember like not wanting to skate. That was never a thing. I was just like, yeah, finally we're back. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. And then it took a little bit to drop back into a vert ramp again, but
naturally it would. That's aggressive. That's aggressive to have that in your mind because it was like you don't really, obviously you understand now, but you can't really process what you did wrong in that pocket of time. So you're probably just fully nerve mode, like, hell no, I'm gonna just skate this little shit real quick, get back used to it. I'm lucky to be back. did you have to sneak out to go get that session 6 weeks later, or did you tell your parents like, "Yo, I'm leaving"? Had the board in hand. Like, how does that get? Because they're just like, "Yo, we said no." Like, how did that go? How was that day?
I don't even remember it being an issue. I think that they probably saw that I was really, like, depressed about not skating.
Mm-hmm.
So it just what by the time I was better, like, they didn't I don't remember it being an argument. I just remember all of a sudden I'm back at the park, there's no problems.
A month
So,
and a
I don't know. Maybe I
half.
just canceled that part of my memory, I don't know.
A month and a half is a long time to not skate. Like
Too long.
a month and a half straight of sitting is hella long to not be skating. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you got back on it. You're timid, and then let's get back into like the next phases of when you start to figure this thing out, because obviously in these years, like you're starting to get skateboarding, like in you're getting closer to your adult years. You're getting good at it. So what's going on with that? What was that switch like? What made you click and learn and start to, because you start to compete a couple years later, correct?
Yeah, I mostly just did, like, a bunch of local contests,
Yeah.
and then I went to a high school in Maine, and they had this, like, series between, like, high schools in Maine that my
Yeah.
friend Dave Bean set up, and I was just skating all of those. I was the only girl skating any of them, but there was, like, always, like, a mini ramp division and a bowl division and, like, street, so I would just skate those, and then one day, like, my friend Dave just goes, "Oh, why don't you, like, enter, like, a pro women's event?"
Yeah.
And I didn't even, like, know that was a thing,
You had no
and he
idea.
just I didn't know. I didn't like, I saw Lindsay that one time, but other than that, like, you don't really see it anywhere, and I went to, like, a couple contests, and just I don't know, I guess I started doing well, and then I was like, "Oh, well, I sh I wanna move to Southern California." And so by the time I finished high school, I was like, okay, I just need to apply to colleges in Southern California so I could live there.
Yeah.
'Cause, immigrant families like, all right, education's number one.
Of
So
course.
yeah, I don't know. I just ended up following through with that, and I don't know. It's been a while, and I still just love skateboarding.
See, and now with those contests, how many of those did you win any of those, or how was that?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not the pro ones. I would do like the Combi pool party and all these other things. I won the Oregon trifecta, and
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there wasn't a lot of stuff going on for for women skateboarding, or especially in transition. And then I
Hmm.
was just like, all right, well, my dream is to go to the X Games, and I got to be an alternate, but then they had to, like, take out the women's division the following year. It was like recession times and all this stuff, so
Yeah.
I didn't really know, like, what to do with myself because that was always, like, the pinnacle of skateboarding, especially if you were a woman who skated vert or
Yeah.
transition, because they didn't have the park division at the time. And I was like, all right, I just want to go to the X Games. And then, like, got to do all the practice sessions as an alternate. I got to skate with Lindsay and CB and Mimi, and Nora was there too. And then, yeah, the following year they were like, yeah, we had to cancel the women's
Yeah. We not
division.
we not doing that no more.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I was just, like, heartbroken. I was so bummed. And
That
it, like,
sucks.
it led me to, like, in a crazy way, it led me to making a whole documentary about why there weren't more opportunities for women and girls in skateboarding. Because I was seeing, like, more and more girls skating all over the place all the time. And I made the documentary, and then right after it premiered at Agenda Long Beach,
What
uh,
year was that?
so that was 2012.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think I started going to Agenda like maybe 2 years later. So you premiered this in 2012, your documentary, and then
Yeah, and then in a strange turn of events, somebody was just like, "Well, what do you want to do next?" Like, I want to support it. Philanthropist Leslie Cohen was like, "I want to support your next project," and I was just like, "Oh, let's make an event for just women and girls who skate. Let's I just want to show people, like, women's vert, transition skating, like street, it's growing. Like, I just wanted to create something that would prove it to people. And that was the first exposure event in 2012. And
Exposure. The your brainchild. Exposure was this way to literally offer a platform to girls skateboarding. And that was birthed in what year?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alana Smith landed a McTwist at the Vert event,
Jeez.
and that was the first time for non-traditional skaters doing that in competition. And it kind of took off from there. We turned it into a whole nonprofit. We do the main event every year. We have street, vert, and bowl competitions. And basically it's been really cool to see it become a platform for a lot of these girls that started to have more opportunities in skateboarding. Like the Noras and the Lizzies kind of all came up through that, which was rad. And then we do, like you're seeing on the screen here, that's our events, just teaching women, trans, non-binary skaters how to share the space of a skate park, the intro to skateboarding,
Yeah.
and so in addition to opportunities for pros and like aspiring
People.
non-traditional skaters. We have youth clinics and adult clinics and all kinds of stuff. So
I see
yeah,
now.
we just
That's
try to make space. Just
exactly.
skateboarding is such a beautiful thing. We just want to make it accessible to people who might have not felt included.
Now that's actually so true that there needs to be like a lot of platforms for people that are not getting their eyes, and you creating something like Exposure was very, very necessary, and it's very appreciative. Over at Metro, we were watching that for the longest time. Me and Joel were always like, "Yo, this is sick," and then things like with Cassie and those coming up, and like understanding like, "Yo,
Yeah,
like there's a place," and Joel always was telling me like, "Yo, like women's skateboarding is going to have this big explosion in talent." Like watching Nora Early do a lot of her skits and her personality, and then watching her get better, and then tuning into like the exposures and seeing like those. I think they used to run on Heliclips. Do you remember Heliclips?
I do remember Heliclips.
I
Yeah,
think
we did
something
get
like,
on there a few
yeah, you
times.
guys used to get on there a few times, and that's where we used to get all our
Mhm.
content for Skate Line back when we were on the Ride Channel days. So it was like seeing that, we used to be like, what? And Joel's like, bro, I'm tapped into this. Like, this is gonna be what is going to take skateboarding, because the men were kind of boring at this point. It's like Tony Hawk 900 in 1990, whatever, and now Uto is doing a U toward spin a spin. It's just like whatever. But this growth and this understanding for women skateboarding is so sick. This is so sick. Like the attention to detail, the fact that you have this nonprofit. How has that space been for you? Like, have you seen any, like, how has that been? How has that venture with Exposure been? Has it been there a lot of challenges? Has it been almost kind of like,
Dude, it's really challenging. Honestly, if anybody asks me for advice on like running a nonprofit, I would just say don't do it
damn?
because it's so much paperwork. It's
Yeah,
so much fundraising, like all this stuff, like it costs money to like create these spaces and opportunities, and like finding that support and like trying to convince the industry, which like it's things seem to be changing and shifting, but like that's kind of on the outside. Like on the
yeah,
inside, it doesn't feel like there's that much change. It's still like same dudes calling the shots. So
yeah,
we do everything that we like. I do so many grant applications to just try to find money to make these things work. So it's an uphill battle, but it's so worth it. Like to be in person at this event, and then at our last event we had Kihano Ogawa do like a backtail shove on the vert ramp, and that
what?
just like such a beautifully poetic trick that like
Now that's
it's little moments
nice.
like that where like Nora's on the mic, she's running to like give her a big hug. Alex White is there, and like even like Chris Roberts shows up, and everyone sees this moment that is just pure skateboarding and pure love of skateboarding and creating this space that Like it's those moments that make all the work year round totally worth it.
all the denied grants, all the we can't do it this year, maybe next year, hit us earlier. All
Mm.
those feel better with those created moments and those like those big like when the event actually happens. It's like my brother Matt Matthews, man, we do Push It for Pink. So it's like planning those things every year, but then after they're over, we just look at each other like, geez, man, this is so sick that we're actually creating fun in, you know, a nonprofit forum for kids to be like, yo, like every dollar they gave meant something. So you having that and having those moments and that uphill battle almost seems like you're just dropping in on it. You feel me? It's actually it's sick that you can turn it into that. And then this year, I think you're getting a shoe for
Yeah,
what?
dude.
What's popping? What you?
Etnies.
Oh,
An exposure shoe. Marvel.
what?
So I hated this one.
Shout out Soul
Yeah,
Tech,
dude.
man.
Etnies. Skated on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm so
go.
hyped on it.
That's
Yeah, it's
so good.
coming out.
How long was that process?
Fall.
How long has this
Fall.
been in the works?
I mean, we started it like a year ago, just talking about like the colorway and whatnot. This is the Windrow Volk version of it, but just, I mean, it takes a while. It's not even going to be available until the fall, but
Yeah.
you know, if you're a skate shop, you can order it now. I think that window's starting to close, but yeah, it's just cool to have the support of like the core industry. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like these people
Yeah.
that built skateboarding are here to see and facilitate the inclusion for it to continue to grow because they know that that's what it's all about.
Wow, man. See, now you know what? That that is definitely like a pat on the back for real. Like when you see your things getting like shoes and when you see your like you're in these like really good spaces in time where you're just like, hell yeah, everything I did 12 years ago today is worth it, feels well. Like this is awesome. You know what I'm saying? You said, can we get a link to this in the chat? Yeah, put a link for it it won't be available yet. So there actually isn't a link. The link doesn't exist. That was an exclusive. So you feel me? This is not coming out till later this fall. You're not gonna get that. He said, "Imagine telling your 8-year-old self you're gonna be here." Well, exactly. Imagine that.
Dude, call your skate shop though. Call your local
Oh yeah,
skate
call your
shop.
local and say, "Pick up that
Yeah.
exposure, Etnie, man." Tell them,
Yeah.
yo, get that. We want to support that. It's a good story. But yeah, Brittany Houston said, "Imagine telling your 8-year-old self you're gonna be here today." That's crazy. Fresh off the air Poland plane to all these things that you've done and working at X Games, how wanting to just be a part of it to working with it. Can you go through that story and what that was like?
Man, huge shout out to Colin Bain.
Colin.
He helped basically advocate for me there. But to be at the return of women's vert, like when it was canceled 12 years ago, totally broke my heart. And then it returned this summer. And to be able to tell the stories of these girls that are pushing the boundaries of skateboarding, to
Yeah.
be there for the moment. Arisa Truland did the 720 in competition, and to be alongside Tony Hawk, like I just can't even believe it. It just blows my mind. So, I mean, yes, X Games is what opened my eyes to skateboarding, showed me Lindsay Adams Hawkins and Vert and all that, and to be working at X Games is such a dream. I can't
I
even
never
believe
had any dreams of doing this. I'm gonna keep it real. I love them. I love them now. Don't get me wrong. I didn't know none of this shit was. I didn't know. It just started happening, and it's lit.
Yeah.
So I'm not even tripping. But I didn't have any dreams. You literally were in Philly, like, hey, yo, that, and now it's almost like you push these things into existence for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the like you've manifested all these things, and now, like I said, you're alongside the growth of women's skateboarding. Like these things that are happening before our eyes are just it's newer every day. It's improvement every day. I hear girls are working on the 9. I hear there's girls working on kickflip 5s. I hear I probably shouldn't have said that, but I hear all these things happening. And it's just like you'll be right there to call it. You're that young girl that fell in love with it at 11. You know what I'm saying? That almost skated with Fred Call at 15. But now now you're one of the leaders. How does that mantle feel? How does like sitting up on, you know, the advice that you get asked and the just everything that comes with it. How does that all feel?
So I will say the moments that feel the greatest is realizing that someone like Reese Nelson, she didn't have to experience not having opportunities in the space, or like not
Yeah,
seeing women represented in the skate magazines, or women's vert being canceled or anything like that.
yeah.
She just grew up in a world where she saw all that and it was all accessible to her. And look at what she's doing, dude. She literally beats Tony Hawk in games of skate on a daily basis. Sorry,
Don't
Tony.
see
I didn't mean
that it's
to pull out the
damn,
spot there, but
damn. That's
she's just
that's a fact though.
completely pushing the limits of
That's a fact though.
skateboarding as a whole.
Now she's
For real.
ridiculous. Hold on, I gotta. Is my link working? Is my YouTube link team backstage? Help me. We gotta show Reese Nelson, y'all. This is absolutely like I'm telling y'all. When I tell y'all, it's creepy. Nah, son. The funniest thing about Reese on God was when her interview, when she literally had a popsicle or a sucker, something childish, and like a teddy bear. And it was like, y'all over here trying to ask her interview questions for TV. She just want to sit down and play. She don't care what she just 540 or 7. She don't care if she won or got. None of that matters. She's so little and good at skateboarding that nothing matters. It's insane. My people trying to fix it right now. I got to show y'all these clips, man. If y'all need to know right now, there's a young girl out here absolutely slaughtering, and every moment of watching it is beautiful.
Yeah, imagine like Colin McKay reincarnated as a young girl. I know it sounds weird because
as a 10-year-old,
but yeah, as an 11-year-old girl.
11 now. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She's 10, 11, something with her teeth. She still got baby teeth in her mouth.
I don't know.
She still got baby teeth in her mouth. She still for sure has baby teeth in her mouth. 100%.
Dude, she's doing like friggin' kickflip nose slides over the channel at Tony's. It's just
with style
insane.
too. With style too.
Yeah,
it don't look like little kid flims. You know what I'm saying? It looks good. That's my favorite part. Yeah, she does. She definitely does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I gotta get these clips up, man. I have to. But
we have to show.
No, we have to. But in the meantime, it's like, what has been one of your favorite moments from exposure? I know it's hard to pick one. It's been so long, like almost like a decade and a half, but something, obviously you said the backtail shove, but what is one of those days where you realize like, holy, so you just gonna put this up, man? We own to Tony's stuff too, bro. I didn't want you to change what I had. What are you doing? We could watch the Tony Hawk part 2, man. God dang it. Hold on. Chat, I'm getting it right. I gotta show y'all this. It's a 10-year-old skateboarder. I think it's gonna work. Hold on. Wait, is they still trying to situate? Are we situating still? Hold on. Let me see. Y'all see this? Hold on. Can y'all see this? TikTok. Everybody. No? Hell no. Nah. All right, 1 second. I gotta. It's backstage difficulties. We don't care. No? All right. All right. It's all good. Shit happens. Technical difficulties. Y'all ready? Y'all see this? There we go. Y'all see this? It's a 10-year-old. She was 10, now 11. Look at this.
10-year-old Reese Nelson, welcome to the show.
Look at this. Look at that style.
She just learned that. Nose grab 5 and then blunt to fakie.
Oh, blunt fakie on Vert. To switch from feeble. That's just so technical.
Yo, W's in the chat, bro. TikTok W's, bro. Look at this little girl.
Front kirk fakie.
Don't nobody know about Reese Nelson either. Don't nobody know. Look. She fell and didn't. Look how little she is. Look, she don't even know. She don't even know she fell. She's so young.
You should see her now, though. If it's possible to pull up her current Instagram, it's like she's blasting even higher, and she's got even more technical tricks. It'll be worth it to take your time, pull it up. Oh, this was her video part. Friggin' Tony Hawk.
I'm playing it too.
Limo.
This part is beast. Chat, I'm telling y'all, I need W's. Both chats. Look at this. Look at her. Nose grinding the channel? Amelia, how do you feel watching this?
Well, the thing is, I feel that I've skated with her last week, and I will tell you that she's gotten like twice as good since then. It's crazy. It's even better, which is just, it shouldn't even be possible.
Oh my God, front crook fakie the mega ramp, kickflip rocks. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Elliot, look, that's her toy. She had that toy when they was interviewing her.
Seriously, she's insane.
Y'all don't know nothing about Reese. I'm trying to put y'all on, man. When y'all looking for a new person to support and understand that they got it now, it's Reese Nelson.
Yo, but seriously, if you're watching this, just follow her on Instagram because you'll have a daily dose of her just blowing your mind because I can't say enough. She's literally twice as good now as when that footage came out.
That's crazy. That's crazy to even know.
It is crazy, actually. It's awesome.
Let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, we got some clip. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Jeez, bro. Look at her.
Grab 5.
This is ridiculous. This is what we're here for. This is what we love. But yeah, Amelia, your life has been just this fun roller coaster, it seems like. Look at her. Ooh. Oh,
sorry, that airwalk.
I didn't even see. Oh man. You're right. It's night and day.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And she's got more power now too, so she's going higher. See that? That was like face high.
Hold on, y'all. Chat.
Like so chill.
Look, toys. She still got toys. Everything she got, she playing with. She's that young.
Yeah.
And I can see what you mean by the more power, because even with the front crook, she's actually putting it on to the coping more now.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She's awesome.
This is insane. But like I was saying, Amelia, your life has been this roller coaster, and this roller coaster of extreme, from liking rocket. Oh, my God. Amelia, hey, Reese, I'm trying to talk. Stop doing stuff. She's sessioning the channel now. She's just sessioning the channel now. Look at that kickflip nose. Oh, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
So clean too.
Nah. Yeah. That's OD. That's OD.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as I was saying before, Reese really interrupted me by amazing my mind. Your life has been this roller coaster of just kind of manifesting what you want in life. It seems like you had a thing that you wanted to do in an early age and you made it your reality, and now it's like your whole thing. Now, I know you did say that having the nonprofit, you wouldn't tell anybody to do it, but I know deep down you don't mean that. I just know that you mean like it is a lot of work, and hearing the no's for something you love is challenging, but you didn't accept that. You decided to keep going through it and going through with it. And being in those challenging times of having women not being highlighted as skateboarders and you being a talented skateboarder yourself, there was always just like these blocks on you. So I do want to just like, before we wrap this, is to commend you on the fact that you still pushed through it and decided to be here, because there was a lot of doors just opened up for people like me. I got to do pretty much it. There wasn't for you. You had to find a new way and a new path and create your own doors. That is powerful, bro. Like, seriously, it's super sick. And it doesn't go unnoticed. We've been paying attention for a long time, and everything that you're doing is very commended and appreciated. So now I have to ask you this, because it's tough questions, and I know you don't like picking favorite. Who is your Mount Rushmore skateboarding? 4 people. You can't pick anybody else. That's it. Yeah, I give you all that love, and then I make it challenging. That's right. 4 people only. Go.
Alyssa Steamer. Tony Hawk. Lindsay Adams, Hawkins, Pastrana. Day One song.
Damn, that was easy. That was light. You did that very quickly. I didn't expect that. All these people you've known all these years, I didn't think you were going to do that. That was good.
That was tough, though. Now
I know. It hurts. It hurts. See? It happens. It happens. It happens. That's the unfair part. That's why we did it. So now I also want to ask you the next question. What has been your favorite X Games moment?
Ooh.
All time.
Wow. Well, the moment I got to witness, which it wasn't televised or announced, just Lindsay skating a vert ramp with
Wow.
Mimi and CB, and then like coming up to sign autographs, which was really cool. But one that was streamed, ooh, oh, Chloe Covell last summer getting the gold. That was like her first big win, and that girl's been crushing it, dude.
Yeah.
She's been working so
Shout
hard,
out Chloe
like
Cavell.
flipping out of stuff, and I was flipping out just getting to see that. Man, she just blows my mind every time I see her, Chloe Covell. She's really progressing. So I was
Shout out
really,
to
really
Chloe
happy
Cavell.
for her to finally get that win. Because I know, like the year prior when she landed the switch flip, it just
Yes.
kind of caught everybody so off guard that I don't know that it was, as honored as it should have been. But for her to finally like seal the deal the following year is just so good.
Shout out Chloe Cavell. Shout out everybody. Amelia Brodka. Thank you so much. Now I do this thing called 1,000,000 bars. I got a mosquito on my hip. I got a Thank God. Oh no, that's a mosquito. I got a zapper. I ain't got it. But anyways, I do this thing called 1,000,000 bars where I freestyle with the chat. I got a beat here by Duke Rillington. You can spit bars if you want to. You can leave if you want to. It doesn't matter. We want you here because it's better for content. But I'm about to start spitting to get us out of here. It's freestyle from Top of the Dome. And I got a beat by Duke Rillington right now that I'm about to play. And I got to get it and I got to download it. And yep, hold on. Let me see. What is this? What is it? I got something. Oh, yep. I think it's right. Oh, mosquito. It's on my light. It's on my ring light. Chat, can y'all hear this? Amelia, can you hear the beat? I don't think you can. I think you're the only person that can't hear it.
I can hear it.
You hear the beat? All right. Chat. Y'all know what time it is? Yeah. All right. G-Code. Amelia. Shout out to Exposure. That's a non-profit. If you got some money, go ahead and cop it. The Etnies, they drop it. That's going to be in the fall. Help them get the money. Help them climb tall. Shout out Lil Reese. That's Lil Reese Nelson. She's too good at skateboarding. Shorty can't help it. Only like 10. Getting them wins. 11 years old now. Bigger on the chin. Getting on the ramp. Doing all the tricks. She's too good. She's too sick. Amelia went to the XGames in Philly. Saw the things in front of her. Her mind went silly. She said, I gotta do that. That's about to be my life. I'm about to do this, Dad. Get the board. I don't care about the price. They came from Poland. Now this is her life. She be on the XGames and she hold the mic. What a words out. Shout out Women's Month. Arbor Skateboards. We don't front. Don't you got a board? Ain't you like pro? You doing something with Arbor and Exposure. Tell us though. Hey, I'll tell it in a second. I'm still rapping, still repping. 540 finger flip. Yeah, we gotta tech deck it. It's G-Code on the mic. Everybody respect it. It getting hectic. The way I do it like this. Shout out to Amelia in the chat real quick. March, it's Women's Month. Shout out to the walk. Oh yeah, by the way, Amelia, I didn't want to tell you yet, but it's not walk to Poland, it's walk, which is actually a medical thing that is actually not good that Lil Yachty's talking about in that song. It's not walking, it's walk. Walk is like, it's drugs. I didn't want to say it because we was on, professional. But I don't want you going the streets being like, yeah, Gary told me about this song called Walking to Poland. You the homie, so I had to let you know. Yeah, I had to stop the freestyle, tell you that. Yeah. So just get that out there so that's clear for you and abundant. But yeah, you got something with Arbor.
Oh yeah. Got a new board coming out. It's the Neuron. It's basically that shiny one over there. It's like it's a brain cell and it's real I don't know, it's got the foil, so it's super reflective and fun. It's got a little shape to it. So yeah, it's dropping next month. If y'all want to check out Arbor Skateboards, it's good stuff.
That's good stuff. That's the best
Thank
stuff.
you, Arbor.
Amelia, I appreciate you giving us this time. Like I said, you're a champion. You deserve everything you have and more. And whatever you wish in your future, I hope you can obtain it. And I love your husband. I love him. Sorry.
I love him too. And also, thank you. Wow, I mean, I can't even come up with any words.
You don't have to.
Gratitude.
I'm too good at it. It's all good. It happens.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm the best of this.
That's true.
I'm the best of this. It's all good. I win.
That's true.
But, yo, this was Grind and Unwind. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time, Thursday, 6 p.m. You'll see us every Tuesday, Thursday, 6 o'clock. Tell your friends. This is the show. Peace. I'm out.